4 years after 2 of her children were murdered, an Indianapolis mother is finding her path forward through her pain. Our Emily Longnecker talked with her about the work that she now calls her purpose and this unexpected letter that she wrote to the person who took the lives of her 2 children.
Neighbors at this apartment complex on the city's east side still recognize Antonia Bailey.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Even though she hasn't lived here in 4 years. She only comes here a few times a year. That's all she can handle.
It's the spot that my world changed, my life changed.
It's the place where her 2 eldest children took their last breaths.
Someone came into my home and killed my older 2 children while they were getting ready for school. Nicholas was 16, Ashlyn was 15.
Bailey had left earlier that morning to drop her youngest off at daycare and then went to work, but remembers something didn't feel right.
It was like every nerve ending was just going crazy.
She knows now it was her mother's intuition.
I was feeling what they were feeling, not even knowing.
Then Bailey got the call that someone had come into their home and shot and killed Nicholas and Ashlyn.
That literally was the worst day of my life.
The person who was later convicted of killing the teens had come to the house that morning under the guise of buying a video game controller.
And then I found out that he was just a baby himself.
He was just 15. At his sentencing, Bailey told him she forgave him.
That I let him know that I wouldn't be able to make a positive impact in anyone's life if I can't speak to the one positively into one that tore my life apart.
The impact Bailey hoped to make in the wake of Nicholas and Ashlyn's death has brought her downtown, working for the city as a non-fatal shooting advocate and support specialist.
Hi, this is Antonia, the advocate.
Every week she reaches out to people who've survived being shot or assaulted.
So some weeks it's majority youth, some weeks it's not.
In not even 2 years since the outreach program began, advocates, including Bailey, have worked with some 800 survivors.
This work is part of the journey of making sure that children are able to see life further than my children were able to.
That journey recently came with an unexpected detour through Bailey's own grief and healing when she wrote a letter to the young man who murdered her children.
This gesture is one of the hardest for me to complete. Harder than when I chose to forgive. You've been placed on my heart yet again.
She still can't speak his name out loud, but Bailey wrote a letter and sent books to the man serving 40 years in prison for killing Nicholas and Ashlyn.
Even if he chose not to keep the books, maybe he'll give them to someone that will help.
Several weeks later, Bailey received a letter back.
The amount of emotions and the tears and everything that was going through me, anger set in.
It took her a day just to open the envelope.
Miss Bailey, for years I thought about this day, but I never thought it would actually happen. Reading your letter, your words touched my heart. Not a day goes by that I don't think about the damage I brought into your life, the chaos, the imbalance. No mother should have to endure what I put you through. I'm not just in here existing. I'm not just sitting idle. I'm doing all I can to better myself. I sew blankets and stuffed animals for orphans. I grow and can vegetables for local pantries. I hope one day I can give you a proper apology. I ain't there, so I'm not there, that's all I can say. I can't speak of the future, but I'm not there.
Where this mother is, though, is somewhere she never thought she'd be after losing her children. Somewhere in between utter devastation and healing, with Nicholas and Ashlyn never far from her mind.
And Antonia Bailey told me that while she's still hurting, she's focused on moving forward and making a difference for other people touched by gun violence.
And as you saw in the story, she told you that she's not ready to meet this young man.
Yeah, and she's not sure that that day will ever come, but she told me since the day that she lost her children, she's always pictured herself sitting across from someone behind bars.
Emily Longnecker tonight, thanks.